My name is Modupeola Sahida Debambo. I'm currently the head of child protection for Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development, and I'm also a member of DSVRT by virtue of my position. Well, usually children are generally expressive, and so when a child who is usually expressive, bubbly, and sometimes even talkative becomes withdrawn, moody, less talkative and less sociable, there are probably signs, that something is going on with them that one needs to show some concern about and make further inquiries to know what is going on. Yeah, like I said, for emotional or sexual verbal abuse, there'll be withdrawal. The child is withdrawn. The child is less talkative. The child is not as interactive as he or she would normally be. And for physical abuse, you'll see things like wounds, cuts, lacerations, bruises, and stuff like that. And then for sexual abuse also, a child might start to display some characteristics that are not appropriate for their age. Suggestive behavior, that are not appropriate for the child's age. That should raise some, signs or signals that something unusual is happening with the child. And so one should start to probe further to know what is going on with the child. Usually, the people we call predators, they prey on children, and you never can tell because it's not written on anybody's forehead that this person is a predator or a pedophile. So generally, we should protect our children from strangers. We need to teach them how to prevent themselves from being taken advantage of by strangers. And also, there's some people, children will call uncle, aunties. If they're not related by blood, they're certainly not uncles and aunties. And so we need to teach our children these things and teach them how to say no. How to say no when they find themselves in uncomfortable situations or positions with older persons or even children of the same age, because children do take advantage of each other, and sometimes they do it perhaps out of ignorance. So the important thing is to teach our children how to be safe. You understand? Because even within the family setting, children can be abused by people they know and they trust. Because there was a VAC study that was carried out a couple of years ago in collaboration with UNICEF. And what was discovered is that a very high percentage of abuse that occurs with children are perpetrated by people who children know and trust. So, there's no clear-cut boundaries as to who can abuse a child. Even the people they know and they trust can abuse them. So it's very important for us to teach our children how to protect themselves, how to prevent themselves from being taken advantage of. Teach them, like I said, we teach them about keeping themselves safe, their own private space, and all of those things, and where and how to make a report, when to say no, when to draw the line, to set limits, boundaries, in their own space, and the rights that they have over their bodies and all of that. There's, as long as the child can understand and can communicate, it's never too early to teach them about these things, because the rate at which abuse of children takes place these days is very, very alarming. And so we should never take anything for granted. We need to teach them as early as possible how to protect themselves and to prevent themselves from being taken advantage of. Speak out. Don't keep quiet about it. If you discover at any point in time that your child has been abused, regardless of who the perpetrator is, always learn to speak out. Don't say, oh, I think it's a family affair. Let's keep it within the family, because it's very important that that child finds healing, that that child finds closure. You understand? So as parents, if we can't protect our children, who will? It's a great responsibility that we can't afford to take it lightly, because our children trust us. They rely absolutely and totally on us for their protection. And so where there is a breach, the only person who can speak out for that child is the parent or the guardian. Well, I'll just say, child protection is everybody's business. If you see something, you say something, and you do something, don't keep quiet about it, because you never can tell. Whatever happens to that child can also happen to you, especially within your community. So if you keep quiet about it, your child might be the next victim. So speak out.